corner of the crowded room, your eyes meet mine. Conversations fill the air, lost in space and time. I don't ask for your.
When I say this is my smoothie, I've been drinking it for years. It was my go-to. I will leave it linked in the description. It is so good. So good. So I'm wearing a thrifted outfit that I showed you guys. Oh, this video is so impromptu. Like, I wasn't planning on making this, but I just wanted to do a little vlog and say, as a millennial, trad wife, homemaker, I've decided to give up my job search in this season, and I thought I would share why. Very simple. It's very simple. It's just not really realistic in the season I'm in, and I really underestimated how difficult it could be and how many challenges I would run into, especially like working outside the home rather than like a job at home. If you're new here, I am a stay-at-home mama of 3 in Ontario, Canada. I mainly talk about frugality on my channel, but I also do share like clean with me, just general mom life, homemaking. I'm trying to share more productivity this year and getting in a better place financially, all that kind of stuff. Just getting my life on track, like, you know what I mean, all that kind of stuff. So if you like that, definitely hit the subscribe button. But for today's video, I thought I'd just do a little chat, like I said, of why I'm kind of not really gonna be actively job searching anymore. And like I said, guys, the answer is very simple. It's just not realistic. I really did not think about all of the different challenges that working moms face. So the number one thing for me, if I'm being honest, it's just lack of community and lack of support to make that big of a jump at this time in my life. I just feel like as millennials, we don't have the same support system that our parents may have had or that boomers may have had. That could be a whole separate topic. Anyways, I just feel like we don't have the same resources. And so childcare centers are overflowing with applications to the point where it's almost impossible to get positions unless you, like, there are parents who literally are registering their kids for daycare before their kids are even out of their bodies. Like, they're already putting them on the list. And I did that when I had my first. She was on the daycare list way before she ever was actually in the daycare. I think she's like a month or 2 old when I got her on daycare list. But yeah, so that's the thing. We don't have the resources that we once did. So I'm not saying it's impossible to be a working mom, but what I'm saying is you really have to plan ahead if you want to be a working mom. I did not do that because I didn't think I would ever really want to work part-time again. And to be honest, I'm not like super upset about it. Like, it would be nice, but at the same time, I do like being a homemaker. But I feel like we just don't live in a time in history where we have the same support network. Like before, I feel like people could have reached out to a cousin or a family friend to help out with like childcare and pay them, obviously, or grandparents were able to be more involved. And now, like, there's so many grandparents, for one, in the workforce themselves, or who have like chronic health problems, and we just don't have the same support system that we once did. This is why a lot of women are just deciding to stay homemakers or pursue the trad wife life. I think it's a matter of practicality. Like, it just makes more sense for one parent to be at home and one to be at work. And I will say, I do think there's a lot of benefit and blessing in being at home and being the one to send my kids off to school, them not having to spend extra hours in a childcare environment or setting than they already do at school, because a lot of jobs, like, it's really difficult to get positions even in the school hours, but that's not even the biggest issue. The issue is like summertime, holidays, March break, Christmas break, like your job doesn't stop just because your kids are on break. And if you don't have those other support systems in place, like you don't have really people to turn to help with childcare, it's just not realistic. So I'm just kind of weighing the pros and cons here and saying, I don't really know if it's realistic in the season I'm in. But that's not to say I wouldn't like work from home maybe, but it's so hard to work from home because the thing with the work from home is there's not a lot of entry level positions. So you kind of need some experience in, you know, certain fields, or experience working remotely, or experience working in that environment on a job site. Or you need like degrees, certifications, which can be really hard to get. Again, it's that costs, you know, it costs money to get these certifications. Even like a bookkeeping course can cost a lot of money. Like there are some like little bookkeeping courses online that are cheaper, but I don't know how reputable they really are. But yeah, like a lot of the work from home positions, that's the problem with them, is unless you're like experienced in that field, you're not really of value to them, and you just need a certain skill set. And so even those ones are a little bit unrealistic. But yeah, so at the time I'm very stuck. And I know a lot of people, they have come on my videos and been like, why don't you just get a job? Because like I've talked about food bank hauls, living on a low income, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm saying, guys. It's not that easy. Okay. Anyways, I shouldn't rant about that, but a lot of people I feel like have these misconceptions of people staying at home. And even if a woman chooses to stay at home, I feel they have every right to do that. If it's between her and her husband, they have every right. But what I am saying is, don't come on my post and start criticizing me, being like, don't go to a food bank, get a job, support your kids. Y'all, we are doing our best to support our kids on a single income, but I can't control, first off, I can't control the Canadian government, the way they've chosen to run things into the ground, making life unaffordable, making the nuclear family really difficult, and to a point where you need to be a low income, very frugal family to fit into the nuclear family. You know, that's not those are things that are not in my control. I can't control hyperinflation that's happened since the and just a whole bunch of other things like that. There's so many uncontrollables here. And so for those of you who are going to comment that, I just want to say, honestly, you need to gain perspective. Like, go in a closet somewhere and pray and ask the Lord to show you that you're not really speaking based on all of the facts. You're just popping off on the internet. And whatever, it is what it is. People can think what they want, but at the end of the day, it is really difficult to do both, and especially with all these challenges that I've just mentioned. So, and regardless, being a traditional wife or a homemaker is a completely valid option regardless, even if you end up using the food bank or being on low income. There's nothing wrong with that, especially because it's just a season and it is what it is. A lot of people who are using these resources are doing their best to make ends meet and live a self-sufficient life, but those programs are there for a reason, and that's why they're used, because they have to be. And again, it goes back to, I feel like this is the fact for all of us. Like, even if you're not in Canada, I know the US faces the same obstacles right now. The fact is, like, we are just living in times of inflation, and it is very difficult to make ends meet. So if you can use resources like the food bank or benefits or whatever, like, if you qualify, go for it, unless it somehow goes against your morals or your beliefs somehow. That could be its own other video, guys. I'm sorry, I'm just like going on, but it's just a casual chat. I've not scripted any of this. I'm just talking off the top of my head. But yeah, so long story short, it's hard to be millennial. And I feel like this is why a lot of women are hopping on the trad wife life train and pursuing their homemaking and trying to be diligent in their homemaking, because I mean, if you're going to do something, you might as well do it well, right? So if you're going to be a homemaker, you might as well try to give it your all, and try to make money from home. That's what I'm going to try to do, guys. I mean, I have a YouTube channel. It is monetized. It does not bring in a lot. like at all. It doesn't even bring me in a monthly paycheck at this time, but it's still something. And I'm just going to try to do little things at home that I can to save money and earn money as I'm able to. But yeah, that's basically it. Nothing special. That's just why I'm not pursuing the workforce as a millennial homemaker. But I don't know what else this vlog's gonna be. Let me know in the comments. Do you are you with me? Do you understand the struggle as a millennial? Have you faced the same struggles, or are you a working mom? How do you make it work? Let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to just hear. Or what's your reason for being a trad wife if you are one? I will say, like I said, I do think that there's so many benefits of being a trad wife, even if it's not just because you can't find a job, you don't have the support or whatever. There's so many benefits regardless. And I do love being the one to be handling the responsibilities at home. But yeah, like I would like to earn a little more money, especially in these times. I would like to earn more money to save more money, but I can only do what's in my control. So that's what I'm doing. But anyways, I'm going to take you guys for the rest of the day, I think. But I'm sorry, I know a lot of you subscribed maybe for my cleaning content. I haven't really posted that much cleaning content. I will get back to that, but it's a little bit of everything here, and I'm making content that I love to make. And so if you want to subscribe, definitely subscribe, but just know that I post a variety of content, not just one thing. But yeah, let's get into the rest of the day. Guys, so I'm just sitting in the car for a few minutes because the kids are all home and my husband's home and he's working out, so he has music playing. But I thought I would just take a minute to end the vlog. But yeah, so it is Sunday today and we are gonna go to Walmart very shortly, just pick up a few things for dinner, just for a side. Where I actually bought a few pre-made meals this week. I'm just trying to make mealtime easier without ordering out. And so we're gonna have a lasagna that's pre-made. It's not frozen, it's just pre-made from one of the grocery stores here. We're gonna have that, and then I wanna make a winter salad with it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that salad with, like, I think it has arugula, clementines, feta, and walnuts or something like that. So I'm gonna make that tonight. But yeah, and I am going to get the girls too a few things for school, for their lunches. I did get a few things from the food bank when I went, so I don't need a whole lot, but I just need a few like main things. But anyways, like I said, I just want to close off the vlog. It's funny that I'm sitting in the car because, guys, I've not driven in like a month and a half. I just haven't. It's been so snowy, and then we were really sick, and we have one car. I think I mentioned that before. And so I don't drive as much as like I probably should to keep the skill like fresh. So I do feel like kind of nervous now just because it's been a while. And I just hate driving in the winter. Like, I'm so nervous driving with the snow and the ice. Like, it gives me anxiety. I'm always like worried I'm gonna like, I don't know, like slip on ice or something. Even though we have winter tires and all that, whatever. I don't know. I'm just really weird about driving in the winter, I guess. Like, even when I was getting my license and practicing, I never liked driving in the winter. I mean, I still did it, but yeah, I just haven't really in a while, which is kind of a bummer because like I said, I don't want to be nervous driving. I had just got my license in the summertime and then was driving a whole bunch in the fall, like here and there. And now I'm just like kind of nervous again, but anyways, I know that once I do, it'll be fine. Anyways, I'm just getting like super rambly, but anyways. So I wanted to ask you guys, if you are a stay-at-home mom, what do you do to earn money? Like, do you have a online job, or what do you do? And please don't tell me like MLM companies. I'm not interested. I've done many MLMs over the years and I just don't really care for them. I don't want to have to buy things in order to make money. I don't know loads of people to even make those sales. And I did Young Living years ago and I love the products, but I knew nothing about pushing products and I didn't really want to like force my friends to buy things. So anyways, I'm just not a super massive fan of that. But what do you do to earn money? Because like I said, I'm kind of giving up my like job search in the sense of going outside the home because it's just not practical in the season I'm in. But I would like to earn more money, I guess. Sorry, someone messaged me and I had to swipe them away for a second. But yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out how to earn more money. I'm curious what you guys do. I had an Etsy shop, but Etsy, again, is just not very lucrative. But it's something. I haven't posted there in a while, but some of my YouTube friends actually bought some things when I had my little coloring book store open on Etsy. So thank you so much. But yeah, I just have to kind of set something up again for that and come out with maybe some new coloring pages or whatever. But that's just like a small thing. It doesn't all earn very much at all. It's like a few dollars. But anyways, I'm just going on now and I gotta end this vlog. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing today. So I am gonna close off the vlog, but I'm gonna do a Q&A soon. So if you haven't asked me a question yet, I would love if you would. And obviously no pressure, but if there's any question you have, like anything, literally regarding anything, I would love to answer in my Q&A. I have quite a few, but I would love to get just a few more. And if not, I'm going to go ahead and film that probably sometime next week and get that up the week after this video is posted. So I am going to be doing that, but that's everything, guys. Like I said, thank you so much for watching, and God bless, and I will see you in the next one.